Well, oh, that was dumb of me. But hey, ads are gonna go run again on Twitch, but there's nothing I can do about that. Despite me, F4 and restarting. Yeah, so he's gonna do. Doesn't recognise it's just a continuation. So YouTube, perfectly fine to keep it on the same VOD. Anyhow, if you're just watching it, I forgot to put my headphone on, my wireless headphone on before I opened OBS. And that meant that there was no chance I would hear anything through OBS in the headset because reasons. So I just had to restart it. Anywho, you can see stuff's happening. I have a lot of weapons being fired here, and 200 ships shooting each other. 100 on each side. Now they've only got very basic guns, so they're not doing a great deal of damage. The more heavier weapons, they are not equipped on those ships. But so, you know, but we can see ships are taking damage. Some more than others. And is that actually regenerating, or is that something? Yeah, that's something that needs to be turned on. Other things not seen. You can see my guns trying to lock onto targets 10,000 kilometers away. It's like, yeah, bro, not happening, is it? It doesn't look like any regeneration going on there. You think by now it would start regenerating, but it is not. Though my eyes keep going funny, so it makes it feel like it's doing it. Yeah, so it's definitely not regenerating. Otherwise, they would never kill each other. Would actually be nice to see 200 units active and moving around, but not possible. Anyway, what happens when they all die? Well, now the frame rate's good, but this is frame rate should easily do 60 FPS. And the other thing would be just make the AI processing slower. It's a cheap trick. Oops. Okay, let's see. But only guns are working. And we are far, far away from... Sure what to just do next. We could see the transition of it. I reckon a 50,000 range would probably be alright. Deal. I mean, literally couldn't whack it all the way up to 90. For the purpose of ensuring rounding errors don't exist. Well, let's drop this to something a bit more reasonable. And bring them in. Alright, so there. Now within traveling distance. Now, do we think they would die any quicker? Than before in the simulation, or what? Seems to behave very similar. You agree? So now we'll approach. When that comes into 50, let's we'll see them start becoming active. Right, and some weapons are, are coming through, and we can see them now, coming in and out of existence. Cool. Alright, so all the ships are coming in of existence, and as a result, the frame rate goes. It's just maximized. Alright, so all the targets are there fighting and whatnot. Now, all the frame rates disappeared because of... Right, there we go. Back up again. So, whatever... Let's see, stats. Well, have that running. Then we'll fly back in where it's all okay. Now we can see the difference. They're nice and steady. Wow, not one bot, but two bots, all in the space of 10 minutes. Wow. It's just screen snap the top part of this. Let's bring it in. So alright, and now we've pretty much got everything active. Where's no one shooting? We all evaded. Damn it. Alright, so now they've stopped shooting for some reason. And I would not be surprised, to be honest, that they stopped shooting because I went off back and came back in. That's fine. It's not perfect. We've got lots of bugs to discover and resolve. I'm trying to keep it down to a minimum to just have a prototype. I mean, it literally is a proof of concept that works now. I just want to make it into a demo. Now, despite not being able to shoot, well, thankfully, not causing errors. Looks of it. Yeah, no errors. Cool. Big difference now is the fixed update behavior. Why are we not surprised? Does this even exist? No. If it does, it'll be right at the bottom because literally there's only the simulator that's doing the fixed update. And we can see that a whole 12 milliseconds is dedicated to physics. And nothing dedicated to syncing batch queries. Which is exactly what we want. If you move a rigid body using the local body.move transform, it will need to do that sync batch queries unless you disable collision detection, in which case it doesn't do that. It's actually trying to resolve collisions by moving it. So given that I use that move to position where the ships are relative to player, I disable the collision detection because all I'm doing is offsetting their positions and they've already moved based on their own logic. Now, it's not going to be perfect. I'm sure there'll be instances where ships will be inside each other if we transition the threshold between local and non-local. But the AI will make efforts to avoid. Well, that reminds me, I need to set the colliders right for that. In fact, we removed all the collision collider checks because that will then need to be done another way. Well, there we go. It's just fixed update is the biggest. Well, it's not the biggest, is it? Why is it making it look like it is when it isn't? We've got the do run physics fixed update step. That's like 18 milliseconds of physics. The update bodies. Simulate. Update. .3 milliseconds. Oh. Oh, it's still calling that, is it? Okay. must be just calling complete job, despite the job not being prepared. It's probably still being run for nothing. Ignore that, we can ignore this. Behavior updates, level manager update. What are you generating garbage for? Right, okay. Let's see what's going on with the guns. We've got awake. We've got on enable. Right, awake is fine. That'll always get called as soon as it's instantiated. But now we don't want to be using those types of calls. Our projectile gun. What does that explain why it would stop firing? Let's see if we can discover why stop shooting. Actually, we might know why. That's not implementation. Liar. It shouldn't be this, because we've removed on enable, on disable. We've got to register. Does this get called? Oh! Player version control interaction condition. Don't have to care about that, it's just a condition. The question is this still being called? And we'll just fly over again. Right, we can see weapons fire now. You can start seeing all the little dots of them. And now, did they stop firing at the point they transitioned into the world? So they did. That makes a big difference. So now they've transitioned in, and that breaks them. That makes it easy. And it seems, well, they're definitely not firing. I need to look at the combat actor again. Oh. In here. Need to check. So otherwise, then it could be the logic that's totally wrong. And you'd think someone will be firing. I was going to say, was that fire or that's after burning? See him after burning. Oh, it looks so pretty, yet so performance killing. He's still not firing. Oh, I just got rid of the. Right, are we getting into here at least? Right. The question is, do we get into here? Because I redid this. If I've broke it, I've broke it. Like you're saying, you're really far away. Where is it? 1 to 59 to... Let's see. How we're gonna get into here? No. Oh, spoke too soon. Let's just see. It's doing exactly this. So the 2 pos is that. The from is that. Correct. We then get a forward vector, which is used there. Correct. And we have get weapon range. which is used here and is that. So is this true or false? Gonna tell me it's false, isn't it, really? Look at vector 3 angle 2 minus from forward that. Oh, dummy. That's why. They are now in local space. So this is wrong, isn't it? Yeah. What's the other gun pointing over target? This is what it was doing before. And to be honest, that's what it should be calling. Rid of that. So what are you called? The turret controller, yeah. It should be simple case. So in this one, so we have 6 and target and yes, use rakers. Primary weapons. That's the gun control, isn't it? New that. Yeah? Yeah. If we're now in the local simulation, it'll switch to using this. However, tell it to use raycast. This is where, for the sake of AI's sake, if it's using the local simulation, we'll use the raycast. We think. We hope. Therefore, you know, won't have an issue with that. I would hope. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Oh. Right, now we see them firing outside. Now they're going to carry on firing. Looks like they've stopped now. Looks like still issues. And that'll probably be because... Let's see what we're using. So we still have our predicted. Those predicted are world space. Yeah. So that should be okay. Well, that shouldn't be now. But are we actually following it with the right values? I think we are, aren't we? Yeah. Oh. Expect that gets called. So, A1. We've got our primary weapons, we've got our target, and that is also now we call this a gun pointing over target. We find our gun position, our forward. Right, that looks like it's correct. Okay, saying you're not within that. So let's find someone who is. Right. Why don't we do... Will we find someone who ever does? Yes. So you're true. Help. Being consumed by the invisible wall. Damn. Spasm. The microphone. For some reason, the software, because there's a bit of background. Don't know why. But then it's like, I just need to have it near to me, okay, so it's not blocking. Line of sight, and also it can pick up my voice. Because all I have to do is look over there, and then it's like a bit quiet. So it can consume my shoulder. So now we're going to use a raycast. And then we're going to do this, point over collider. Does it hit anything? No, it doesn't. Well, that doesn't mean anything. So if we can have a raycast that hits anything. No. I just love it when Unity loses its own layouts. Oh. So someone can shoot. Somehow. From where? From when? Alright, we're going through all the firing. Yeah, now we can fire. Interesting that this is working because you're not in the simulation. So yeah, now they can fire when they're not in the simulation. Who's... Okay. Well, there is some Not quite as much. It could be that they're all stuck in an evasion state using colliders, but then well, let's get rid of you because you're just interrupting the actual thing. So none of these can shoot. Anyone got line cast going? Oh, I saw a weapon fire there. I reckon they're all just trying to evade. And because of Zubas he's trying to evade, he can't shoot. If anything, you'd be a good. Let's see, he's already evading again. Well, the easy way to prove is to have a lot less units. Let's see. Remove them two, and then we'll reduce the spawns to 3 aside. That should not be a problem now. So they're all shooting each other. Now we've come in and all the capsules are active and it's like, whoa, we're all too close, so I'm going to expect them to into some sort of evasive state. Well, now the question is, Is it me? Or are they actually just spinning around in circles? Yeah. Why? What's up with you? What's wrong with you? What's going on? So they just now can't fly normally. Oh, I couldn't know. Do we know him? What are they up to? Oh, I really need to create myself a debug screen for the AI. You are engaged target. Okay. Yeah. Engaging target. We shouldn't have any avoidance. Yeah, that's correct. So it's not that throwing it off. It'll be leading the target. And we're doing it when greater than. Well, it's not even got lead in there. 0, so okay. What? Always leading. When I look at that position, it seems very local. Now we have a lead point. Yes, we're leading. For this, I did change it, didn't I? So we have goodwill position minus that. And do that. More position minus that. Now we have this. It says it's 58,000 away. Yeah. But he reckons it's 10,000 away, which is possible. Oh. Just constantly spinning around in circles. Ah, that's probably throwing it off. But then why would it work? If using... Oh, right, yeah, that's why. No? Whatever. Why have I put them that far away? I want them right up in my face now. And then I should have them facing each other. Okay. And immediately start spinning. Or are they? So you are, look like you're approaching him. Or you look like you are just spinning. And you are close. You just start spinning. Still not even close, are you? Gosh. G. Oh, and be right back. Time for a brew. Oh. Right, oh, yeah. I'm gonna create a debug screen for the AI. I need to know what it's doing. I have no idea. A lot of the stuff is hidden behind non-serialized objects. So while I can see some of the stuff in the editor, that's the other problem. I have to pause and look at the editor. So I'll just have a debug screen that can pop up. And that's something I've been telling myself I needed to do for a long time. Let's put it in here. Oh, actually. Yeah, it's not in there. It has to be in here because that's where the actors are. Yeah. The question is, what's the best way of displaying stuff on the screen? Because I remember once a time, you could print, but you had to do all the formatting and everything yourself. It was a pain in the ass. Or it could just be using text mesh throw. And then I've got more control of it. And then I can just use its basic formatting to do that. Yeah. Thing is, could I just make it all static? Do I have to do that? But it just doesn't work because it's static. So I'll just make it a singleton. Yeah. Singleton all the way. Okay. I'm just going to make it quick and dirty. And let's see. I want it just to add lines in as actors exist. So we'll have to instantiate. But then just disabling the used, I suppose. So now let's see. Probably won't fit more than 20-ish, whatever. I'm gonna go through all the structures, and then if num is less than line count, an existing line, else add a new line. Or we can just do public string message. System.text. SB.clear. B.text. Is it to ring? Yeah. Been a while since I used String Builder. suppose we could do if system interface and as an actor. Alright. Do that, then I'll update this. Question is, what message do we want? And a pen. And pen line. And 3 characters array. Insert. Class. And string of a specified Boolean value. Oh, that's it. Pen string, okay. And what's the other pen line? Copy of a specified string followed by default line terminator. Oh. So we could literally just have just one text and constantly update all text. Which would actually make life so much easier just to do that. Okay, so we need to add. The Acces dates. Mm-hmm. So we do it like this, do we? Oh. Oh. You have to do it like this. You know what? My own sanity. You do padding. Ooh. Ooh. Add. Right. Just pad in some spaces. What are you suggesting? Interpolation. Cool. Much easier. do that. Or just append lines. That. Append lines. And then what screen space does that need to be in? So you just it's empty. Open neck. Canvas. Of it as an overlay. Then that one. So it is that, is it? Yep. Is this a message line? Okay, I'll have it down there. Oh yeah, there we go. And have it bottom up. That might be helpful. Give it an outline so it'll stick out. And contrasted backgrounds. Oh. Holy shit, what's happened there? Oops. What font? No. Well, maybe. Yeah, so they are engaging target. You are spinning and you are not spinning, but you get to a point where you are now spinning. Right. Well, they think they're both still engaging targets. Next thing. what it's thinking it's doing. That's not what I wanted. Right. You're right. You're doing minus. Still minus, but you were okay for a moment, but then no, you're not. Okay, now are they just? You are B. You think you are engaging target. You're not. You're just spinning around in a circle with full yaw. Why? What you think you're trying to do? So, on breakpoint for when it first figures out which way it wants to go. Right. That's correct. For now. Because it's saying, yeah, the target's in front of me. But at what point you start thinking, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to spin around in circles. Where is it? It is in here. Oh. steer, yeah. That's called every frame, that's why. So if steering delta ISO vector 30, yep, then we'll break on that. But before we should have is this? Now we're saying we need to turn. Because we're saying this is still world space. Yeah. But then desired lookout is supposed to be local space. Oh, no, we're supposed to have done that, which makes it local. Still not wanting to steer. This is very bizarre. This should be 0 difference on these. Well, that's not a problem. Oh. So it could be this somehow, but I don't see why that would make a difference. Why are you steering towards me? Because he probably should try to shoot me. Who's this? Yeah, so he's turning left to try and shoot me. Which confuses things. I'm dealing with 2 pilot actors doing stuff. And be a bit more obvious about who's enemies and who's friends. It'd be so helpful. You found your target. You found that its wheel position's there. And then it's literally 20,000 in front of you. Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Oh, if BK, I'll look at World Pottex is less than 0.1 F. And greater than 0.01 F. Or that should then tell us that we're trying to do something. Right, let's do it. You no steering. Yeah, still no steering. You little wanker. You're just perfectly behaving now, aren't you? So as soon as you start turning... Now we're doing steerings. And the next breakpoint is when it's reacquiring its target. He's doing a lot of evasive stuff there. Still evading. Now he's engaging. And... okay, yeah. Right. Where's my fucking debug? Down here. If VK X is less than is minus, yeah. Oh. Can't be both positive and negative, can it? It's got to be the leading target thing then. Let's just do lead target equals false. If that narrows us. Well, it might be time for a bit of breakfast. All right, yeah. I wanted to play around with him. But now you have to turn. Yeah, and he's now split. Alright, interesting then. So it's not that then. We're no longer leading the target. We're coming to here. And we're both using local simulation. Now we just say this is where we want to look at. Directly at you. Using inverse transform part of that, but I'm taking its will position there. So either do that or that, but not both. Wally. I knew this. Well, why did I not pick up on it? You mean BK look at doesn't fucking exist? Loot at. Oh, ads are running. Listen. I am an expert. Come on. Oh. Lost the plot, people. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make some breakfast. Well, that proves me wrong still. What's it doing? Working? Is he shooting him? Or is he just spinning around in a bloody circle again? Oh, for fuck's sake. Have you shot him or what? Oh! Is he actually? Yeah. He's actually doing it. He just doesn't have any decent weaponry. Okay. Problem solved. For now, anyway. How are they not all lined up? Because it's not... What's the text type? Monospaced. That's why. Oh, there we go, shooting again. Cool. Good story, bro. Breakfast again. Oh, oh. Alright, so still shooting each other. I'll just move away. And once again, they've all popped out of existence. And they're still, yeah, still getting shit on and still using. Why are all those? Wonder. It's like, no wonder why. Did it even still disabled, aren't they? I did not even notice. Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. Now these will never kill each other. Look at that. I love it. They're all chasing each other. Oh, it also goes to show it's the player who causes combat to drift away. But these aren't drifting too much away, are they? Almost like a flocking behaviour. Anyone died yet? Ah. Nope. Let's see. Is Jack? My guns are still working. Seems to be. Can't even see where the bloody bullets are. Is that even right? Does it look right? It looks wrong to me. Can't tell, he's moving too much. Oh, they totally missed. They hit? I wonder how anything actually hits. Yeah, it could just be the travel distance. The fact that we're missing this distance is annoying though. We miss? Like, we get point blank, but it's like you can't miss point blank, can you? Did we miss? Can't miss now, can we? Yeah, you can. One behind me. Oh no, it's my turret. Ugh. Even my turret shooting him. Yeah? No? No? Okay, and then if you all die... Uh-huh. Five errors, what are they? Showcase, yeah. Or all these warnings. It's really been that long. Ugh. Right. pilot actor. And when it disables, but we and disposing of the job. Make sure it's using local simulation before we start to do checks. We need to handle when it's not. Do we? What does it call disable? That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Basically, we just need to do non-disable, because otherwise it just only hold another point. Oh, if or what was it? Job handle. Was we just dispose of you? Or can we just do that? Well, that'll stop the coroutine from running because he's now been disabled, and that means he just doesn't exist. If I just destroy you, we're going to get the same problem, or lots of errors going on there now. And you need to be active. Yeah. Or it could be because it's dying at, we don't tell it to stop updating the pilot. We kill you and no errors. Oh, it happened immediately as they appeared. Object disposed of. Yes, it was disposed of, correct. Do we need to do something else then? Is it because So initialize it per. So I guess we only do once. Then we don't want to dispose of it. We just want to do that. Maybe. Might be simple. It might not. Hey, oh, how are we doing? You having a good weekend? Garbage. Oh, so where is it actually going to be calling this? So we've not changed it at all, have we? You Wally. You just woke up. And we want to dispose the job. Just the active running job. Not the capsule itself. Well, the world's your oyster today. How's your networking fishing game coming along? Another new project. Fantastic. Zukshin coming in with a raiding party of 4. Hello. Welcome along. Oh, fourth. This will be your 3rd project. Have you finished your network project? You're just getting bored. How's the jamming? Well, I am jamming for this space game donkey podcast, Game Jam, and doing something ridiculously too big for that Game Jam. We love software, we love development, we are here to project it up. Wow, what a nice community. You actually got a talkative community there. Amazing. a really nice group there. Normally with most people raided, it's like crickets, it's like, okay, is it me? Fishing game was basically a finished prototype. Yeah, nice. Anyway, welcome along, you raiders. Yeah, I'm making a space combat game as my main game. Ship. Spaceship you see there, sir. There's a little Corvette ship. With guns, turrets, missiles, if I ever fitted it on there. This is just currently a prototype of A-Spec First Assault. The idea is I can have enemies going about the business far out in the vast distances. So at the moment, these objects, if they are 50,000 meters away, then they are now simulated in double precision. And then what we can do is we can go over it and see what's going on. And then we'll start seeing them here. There you go, and you can see the weapons fire going off. It's like, cool. So they are still fighting as they was. And then I could leave and come back and they'd still be fighting. So basically I've got all the motion working and getting them to target and shoot as they would do normally. I've currently got a bit of an errors, but I think I've solved it now, yes. No errors came in when we appeared. Yep, alright. I'll assume it's fine then. Unless these all start congregating around each other. And that'll tell me a collision's not working. Sort of. Well, we was CPU dogfighting, and now we're not. The frame rates now are just being killed from rendering, not rendering, physics. Because we've got physics for all the objects moving around and being hit and forces being applied to them and bouncing and all that lot, then there's a big overhead there. But only when they're in local space, I call it, when you can see them. So I'll call it local space. You can see they're all bounding around, chasing each other's tail, and they are damaging each other. As you can see, he's being attacked by a bunch of them, getting chased down, all that. So it's a space physics game. If you've ever played iWar, or Independence War in the Americas, then sort of like that. Yeah, that's just, I was debugging for the AI Acces states. So they were spinning around in circles. Oh, let's find that. Oop. Gone. Literally for this game jam, it is to make it in this
Jesuski 13 just followed.
Jesuski 13, thank you for the follow. Well, my current main project, which is on Steam in Early Access. Luxian, thank you very much. Just uses local space, all the physics and transforms. But if you can notice now, oh, I'll get a little bit close, but FPS is like 90 in the editor, now 100. Just now when we start having more of them coming in. then the FPS will drop down because it's now transferring to local space and using physics, as I said. There's like a good 15 milliseconds of physics being added on there in the editor. Though I'd expect this to be fully running at 30 FPS if it was in the build. There's quite a lot of overhead in Unity. But literally, I've been trying to convert a copy of my project to use double precision. So, like I said, I think most of the AI actor behaviors is now working as it should do between local and no local. So I'm making them use the same behavior routines, but just using double space or transform space as and when it switches as it needs to, and that seems to be working all right. But there's a crap load of other things that don't work, like explosions aren't gonna simulate in double precision yet. Turrets won't simulate in double precision. I was thinking, what do I do now then? Will I just make it use guns? And just to wrap this up as a prototype, just have literally like a sandbox world where you'll have civilian traffic traveling through, and then you'll have pirates spawning in and traveling in from random directions, and if they get too close to civilian traffic, they'll attack the civilian traffic, and then you got to jump around and defend them. I'll just have a little map you can warp to, and that's just literally me trying to recreate Star Raiders DOS game, where you was a space ranger and you had to protect civilian traffics and star bases and sensor posts from enemy attack. And it's like, well, I've got an entire month. What should I do? Should I just do that? Or should I now try and get... Well, we're gonna have to get explosions to work anyway. Unless I remove them. Just use guns and no missiles for the player. For the non-local space. I mean, I could still have and use weapons in non-local. Because of the distances. Yes. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of switching between the two that needs to be done. And given that when I coded this, and well, framework, started coding this framework all those 15 plus years ago, I was very inexperienced. So put everything in the mono behaviors. But now with the introduction of like dots and the separation of data, that's something that I'll need to start looking at. So if I do this and I separate the data so that we've got one data source shared between local and non-local, then that would mean I could implement dots at some point when I do an even bigger world, and potentially then networking as the data were separated. Yeah. Long way off with all that. Focuses on single player. And expanding on it until it makes sense to move into different territory, I guess. There's a lot of technical debt that I need to deal with and update the project and get stuff into namespaces and assembly definitions, the spaghettify code. But it's an ongoing living project. The first game I made was Absolute Territory, that and this, which is what I started on. Where are you? So that was just like Wing Commander Space Combat dogfighting. Again, using the same sort of physics engine. So collisions and all that happen. But it's got ridiculous forces to keep you almost flying where your ship's pointing at. Yeah, like most likely, yeah. But better than the TV series. Sorry, the movie. So yeah, you do slides in that, target subsystems on this, which is turrets basically. So disarm them and destroy them. And that adds like a leaderboard for a, what do I call it, like gauntlet mode. And most importantly, 69% positive. Nice. And then when I finished that, I added VR, hoping it would do well, but didn't make a difference to sales. So VR's dead to me. And then I started working on this, which is literally taking the concept of dogfighting, putting us in Corvette ships, and giving them a shitload of turrets. So then you got a choice, do you want to use guns? The big heavy guns, or do you want to use lots of turrets? And then there's a hull damage model. We got quadrant based damage, like forward, backwards, left, right, top, bottom, as you can see in the all the circular screens at the bottom there. And then you can target turrets like you did in the last one, but also structures and substructures, so you can target like engines on big craft and destroy them permanently, and also subsystems, which if you look at this is telling me that this ship has got damage to various subsystems as pips. So it's not a traditional arcade space sim. It is trying to aim towards the simulated size. Simulated stroke arcade, but might lean a bit heavy on the simulation. Because, how many control schemes do you like? There's like 60 plus buttons for various things. So I think what I might do for this side project is to simplify it vastly. Copy iWar and its control schemes, because that was meant to be played on consoles. While you can play this on a gamepad, there's a lot of different button combination presses. So if we look at controls, then ignore the debug text. I've tried to make it easier. These are standard controls that you mostly use, and then if you want to get most out of it, you've got even more controls. So hopefully that's not as off-putting as when players come and look at this and go, oh my word, oh, and wait, there's all these. I don't know. I think I've gone too niche in the niche genre. Ads are about to start. Things are better for the immersion. Yeah, I don't know if I've got the immersion aspects there. Or whatnot, but I think the whole lots of buttons and lots of controls to remember, it doesn't help. But I'm hoping that that little screen I just showed you, which summarised, should help quite a few people. Because you can fully rebind the controls to your liking. But if you're not invested at doing that, then why would you? Could do explosions, but if I do explosions, I'm just gonna hate myself. Where is it? There it is. Being a stupid fool, I created a class to do shockwaves like they do in free space, and then never really used it. Not for the expanding one anyway, but just to do an immediate shockwave. Cause in space, there are no shockwaves, are there really? Oh, ads are running. Let me take this chance to make a brew while the ads are running. Water. Waiting. Yeah, so we've got shockwaves, which I use an overlap sphere. Now the thing is, this will be pointless to do when in non-local, because there'll be no text. But that also means it'll be so much simpler for this implementation. Quite simply, just do a radius check against every non-local object. Well, do that for every object, to be honest. And then see if it gets hit. And then I could actually do that. Which may or may not be better. Yeah, so we do a basic sphere check. See if we're in the radius of the bounds of the structure or ship, whatever we want to call it. And if it is, then there's a chance that a collider could be hit with the overlap sphere, depending on the colliders. In local space, and then we just skip that entirely in non-local space, and then not worry about explosions on the cusp. Because the player wouldn't see them. I just need to see. Well, we're not doing a batch. No core routines. Get rid of this. Don't worry about these. Don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. Oh. Right, when created, the shockwave will be either in local or non-local. Did we put velocity on this? Please tell me we didn't. Though explosions do move. Visual aspect. Oh, and this also does an update on enable. No, just on disable. Got update on disable. We can't use them. And then we're gonna need a new Tinyverse object. So no, our shockwaves. Shockwaves attached to an explosion, so they do move. Because the explosions move. Oh, do they? Yeah. Look, velocity, see? And since explosion shockwave is a child object, then that moves. Okay. This should be a lot simpler than when I did the structure. I'll clean up this a bit. Well, I remember. That right, oh. Up left. Entered. Okay. Oh. We create new objects, inherit from Tinyverse object. Override the constructor. No, Unity lib. Yeah, nothing but constant bird chirp. Can't see anything about. Only hear him. What namespace are you in? DIBW damage. Wrong with you there? Listen. If I was paying attention, I'd know what I was doing. Now, do we need some other things in there? Yeah, override locational and update behavior. Override update locational. The behavior is just whatever logic needs to go on. Update locational is literally just that position and rotation updates. And what it'll do is it will do all updates, locational. So all objects are moved where they need to be. And then we run all the behaviors for that. The shockwave and whatever else it does. Yeah, so the damage is only applied via the shockwave class. When do you disable? Is it in here? Shockwave has run its course? Probably. Check overlaps. That's where it does the expanding. How do you die? Doesn't have a rigid body. Let me just update its position. And then we have current lifetime, which is just to do the lighting intensity. don't have a list of explosions that we manage. My eyes are going funny. Got set active there, and that's it. Well, when you are created, get down here, particle explosion. Do we have a list of particle explosions? No. Well, this is how we disable it in here. Now, I believe this is the only type of explosion we have. No, it's not. Maybe it is. Oh, there it is. But you don't do any damage. But that's exactly what I was thinking of. We have that, and this, and these three. Explosion, that's it. Partial class. Particle explosion and 3D pulse waves. We can completely ignore these. Make sure all of those spawn in local space, because those are the impacts effects. It's like half a second or something like that. So it's just pointless to be simulating that. The particle explosion, which can cause damage, is the main one. Given that we only really care about the damage caused by it, but if it's triggered in non-local space, then we won't do anything with the particle system. So again, the player's really not going to notice any of that, is it? Oh. Either I'm just looking through my glasses wrong, or I'm very tired. Yeah. This is the answer. I think I'll wrap it up then. I want to raid. Anyone else doing Unity? I'll just keep it in the Oh. A while since I've raided that dude. I'll do. Thank you very much for watching. And have a fantastic day. You shall go and raid Klaxon. He's doing like cozy game. It's like very, very cool looking thing. So just stick around, check him out, and yeah, until next time, I'll say bye for now. Bye for now. Don't raid very often, so I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Bye.